Listen, personal finance is supposed to be boring. You don't want to have a ton of crazy things happening with your money. When you have too many things that are happening with your money, it can be very scary. The risks can outweigh the rewards. So you want to have a very foundational level of finance and personal finance that's actually really boring. My name is Paris Clough, and this is Financial Self-Reliance. I absolutely love helping people manage, protect, and grow their money. In fact, in this video, we're going to talk about how personal finance is supposed to be boring. In fact, a lot of these people will give you all this rah-rah, sis boom ba about how, this stock or this investment or that investment, or come do this and you do this with your money and do that with your money. Look, the principles of personal finance, the principles of money are sound, they're true, and they've been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And quite frankly, that makes them kind of boring. But it's in that boring that keeps you safe from losing all your money. Most of you are having financial problems and situations right now because you're trying to look for the fancy. You're trying to look for the sexy. You're trying to look for the sizzle and the razzle dazzle and the sparkle. Stop it and get down those fundamentals and build yourself from the foundation up a strong financial house. And in this video, we're going to talk about the steps to do that. Let's first talk about one of the most important things in finance, which is your income. Do you have a good, strong income? Are you making good money? If you're not making good money, negotiate with your boss to get a raise or to get something else, or go get an education so that you're more valuable to the marketplace and you can get a better job making more money. One of the big problems with most people today is they're just not making enough money. Certainly, we need to talk about expenses, and that's next. But one of the biggest problems is people just aren't making enough money. They don't think they're valuable enough to the marketplace to ask for those raises, and they just don't know how to negotiate properly. So learn how to negotiate. Get a good, strong income. Once you have a good, strong income, now here comes the boring part. This is super boring. Are you ready? Track your expenses. Keep track of everything that you spend every month. Keep track of everything you spend every day or every week or whatever it is that you can do. But keep track of your expenses and don't spend more than you're making. If you're worried about wanting to buy that bigger truck or bigger car or the bigger rims or the bigger TV or go on that vacation you've always dreamed about, that's fine. Go make more money to do it though. Live within your means in the meantime. That's boring. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to have all the big razzle dazzle sizzle trips and all the things they can show on the social media to be able to tell their friends how cool they are. Don't do that. I promise you, being in debt, being frustrated, having no money, declaring bankruptcy, having struggles, financial stress, having all of the cortisol levels screaming at you because you don't know how to manage your money properly, probably getting into fights with your spouse or your significant other, and getting a divorce or worse, having your family completely obliterated because you're an idiot with your money. That doesn't sound like fun to me. There's no razzle dazzle in that. One of the biggest things next to intimacy in marriages failing is finances. Arguing about money, not managing their money properly, not understanding how to negotiate around how to make sure that the household is running efficiently with the income that's coming in and the expenses that are going out. This is boring. Don't be an idiot with your money. Spend less money than you're making. Stay out of debt. You don't need a $500,000 plus car payment. Get an affordable car. Get a modest car. You don't need to have the biggest house on the block. You don't need to have the coolest boat. You don't need any of those things if you're struggling financially. Once you have your foundation, if you have money to buy those things, absolutely. I'm not saying don't have those things. I'm saying don't buy those things at the expense of your everyday needs and by getting into debt that's beyond what you should be able to manage. The next thing after your expenses and your income is if you're managing your expenses properly, you're not going to get into debt. The fact that you're in debt right now is proof that you're not managing your money efficiently. You don't know how much money's coming in. You certainly don't know how much money is going out. And you're absolutely not paying attention when it comes to simple math. Like, math isn't hard. 1 + 1 = 2. 1 - 2 = -1. If you only have $1 and you spend $2, you just went into the hole. You're in debt. That's dumb. Don't do that. Debt is dumb. Be smart. Be smart with your money. If you have $1, spend 90 cents and save 10 cents. Or spend 80 cents and save 20 cents. Put that money aside and save up money to be able to buy those things that you want and need down the road. There's nothing wrong with having nice things, but do it with the right method by saving first and then buying with money you already have saved. Don't buy with money that you think you're going to have down the road. Too many of my clients have told me stories about how they bought something thinking they were going to be able to pay for it, only to lose their job, only to have some other emergency come up, and now they couldn't afford it, and now they were underwater and struggling and wishing that they had not bought that thing or not done what they did with their money, that they were smarter and wiser and managed their money more effectively and efficiently. Don't be an idiot with your money. Make sure that you're tracking your expenses. Make sure that you're spending less money than you're making. Then you go make a bunch more money, and then you can afford the things. You can afford to put money into savings. You can afford to put money towards buying those nicer items that you want to have and upgrading your home, upgrading your car, upgrading your TV, upgrading your computer, upgrading your phone. Make sure that you're managing your money wisely. Don't be an idiot with your money. Once you have a good, solid income and expenses and you track that, the next thing you want to do is make sure that you're doing a good, strong sinking funds or emergency fund. Have money set aside for those things that are going to come up. Invariably, an emergency will happen. Visa and MasterCard are not an emergency fund. American Express isn't either, and Discover isn't either. No credit card should be your emergency fund. It should be last resort. You should have money saved up for those emergencies and anything that happens in your life. And then if you spend, if the emergency is so large, which this is going to happen, don't get me wrong, life is going to throw some things at you at some point. And so you may have to dip into your credit cards. You may have to dip into and go into debt to be able to pay for some things. But if you've done everything you can to manage your money properly, save properly, create some sinking funds, create funds that you can actually put money towards, you've done your part. You haven't been an idiot. And so when something happens to you, it's really not your fault. If you have no idea what's going on with your money and some big problem happens and you have tons of debt, that's on you. That literally. Financial planning, sound financial principles are a choice. Wealth is a choice. Having money in savings and money in investments is a choice. Barring the fact that, life can send a medical situation to you or some other emergency, and I get it. I get it. But for the vast majority of people listening to this video, watching this video, you have a choice as to how well you're doing and the results you're having with your money. If you're not getting what you want with your money, you're doing it wrong. Just change what you're doing. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So start to change the things you're doing so that you can change the things you're getting. Once you have a good, strong savings account, now it's time to start thinking about getting out of debt. If you have debt, or if you're in debt, and manage the debt properly. Once you're out of debt, then just work on putting money towards insurance and protecting your assets with life insurance and health insurance and car insurance, all the different types of insurance. You've got to have those things in your budget because those are good protectants against major catastrophic loss. If you have a huge health concern and you have good health insurance, the health insurance company is going to pay for the vast majority of it. If you have no health insurance, then that was on you. That was a choice. Specifically, life insurance. If you have a spouse or significant other that dies, and you didn't have life insurance on their life, that was a choice you made, and now you're unfortunately going to be in a bad place. Don't be that guy. Don't be that gal. Be the person who's going to make those good choices and have the protection in place before you need it. After that, make sure you're putting money into investments. What stock you pick, what's the biggest thing, what's the next thing, what's the biggest, crypto, what's this, that, and the other. Forget about all that, okay? You want to have a strong, solid foundation in boring investments. Things like the S&P 500 indexes, those are boring. They're straightforward and they produce every day, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. The S&P 500 outproduces the vast majority of money managers, the vast majority of stock pickers, and just get what you need into a good, strong index fund. And then once you are on pace to retire on time, like for example, let's say that you have a goal to retire at 65 and you want to have a certain dollar amount that you're shooting for, which is called your financial independence number. If you need any help calculating your financial independence number, send me an email at hello@financialselfreliance.net, and we'll set up a time where we can talk and go through this stuff, and I can help you make a plan specific to you. Don't underestimate the power of having a coach and having somebody that you can work with and be accountable to. It's powerful. It's worth whatever you've got to pay. I promise you that I will save you more money than you'll spend or you'll invest in yourself with me if you shoot me an email at hello@financialselfreliance.net. Find your financial independence number and then walk it back based on the interest rates, based on all the different things, the time horizon you have, walk it back to the exact dollar amount you need to invest every month in order to hit that goal in that time frame. Once you know the dollar amount, then you're set, you're kind of free. Like, look, it's this amount of money every month And by 65, I'll be okay. I'll be set. I'll be ready to retire. Once you have your budget, once you have your savings, once you have your insurance, once you are on your track to being completely out of debt, and once you've got your financial independence number on track to retire on time, now is the time to go out and look for the sexy sizzle investments. Now's the time to get a little bit crazy. Now is the time to go, maybe you want to start a business and really get some extra side hustle stuff going. Maybe you want to start investing in real estate, buying and flipping homes. Maybe you want to start looking into crypto. Maybe you want to start doing day trading. Whatever it is, make sure that you have a strong, solid foundation first and then build from there. Now, some of you are going to listen to this and be like, man, that's not me. I'm not the guy. I'm going to win. I'm going to go find this. Well, you know what? Best of luck to you. I've had a lot of people that have told me the same thing over the years. And frankly, they eventually come back to me and say, man, I wish I would have done it the way that you prescribed earlier. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Again, hit me up at financialselfreliance.net. Go to hello@financialselfreliance.net so that we can communicate about anything that I can help you to do with setting up your personal financial plan to achieve your financial goals. If you missed the last video I produced, you can find it here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel up here and check out this video up here that YouTube thinks you might like. Till the next one, have a fantastic day.